I have decided that I'm going to make a video about self-publishing. Now, listen. Oh my God. I worked in self-publishing for almost 20 years. Let me tell you about, do you guys have time? Let me tell you about my story working in self-publishing. The winter of 2004, I was working at JCPenney. I was a seasonal worker at JCPenney in Raleigh. And this is when I was still married to Dave, and we had that apartment in Apex. It was a really nice apartment. I miss that. It was a really nice apartment. It was really cheap and it was really nice. Anyway, in Apex, North Carolina. Okay, so and I was working at the JCPenney in North Raleigh on Six Forks Road. And I was responding to ads, sending my resume out, So I was applying for editor jobs. And I applied to a place in Chapel Hill, which probably you guys have heard of by now, but I'm not going to say the name just because I'm worried about like lawsuits and stuff. But anyway, and I was young. This is 2004, so I was 28, I guess. And I went to work there, and I'm not good working in a structured environment. Yes, I don't thrive in an environment like that. And that was the kind of environment it was. And I had a boss. She ended up firing me, which actually was a surprise to me at the time, but it should not have been, looking back. Anyway. And then eventually I applied to a place called iUniverse. They were looking for, and this was, I'm sorry, this would have been after Maya was born. 2006. They tested me to be a line editor and then a copy editor. And I am not a detail-oriented person. So I did not do well in those capacities, but I did do well in the evaluation and developmental editing areas, which are more like big picture. But I mean, I'm a good line editor too, but to do that professionally, you have to know a lot. You have to be able to memorize a lot of rules that I think are stupid. And like, I really am not good at memorizing things that I think are stupid. So it was never going to work out. So basically that would have been, I worked for iUniverse / Author Solutions, which absorbed iUniverse later, for, what did I say? Yeah, for like 15 years. It was like 15 years. I say all of that to explain that I want to do a video about self-publishing. Hold on. So when I first signed on with iUniverse in 2006, I had to sign an NDA with them. I do not have the NDA anymore. And I don't remember it very well, but I know that the bulk of it was I cannot discuss specific authors or specific, manuscripts that I have worked with. Okay, hang on. Let me just fix my sideburns. I have this on right now. It's not actually for a look. It's because I just cooked spinach in here. My room just gets like filled up with mist and clouds basically, and makes my hair frizz out. So I'm not really allowed to discuss a lot of details. So I'm not going to do that. But here's what I want to say. I know that self-publishing has grown. I understand that social media has given regular people confidence. Anyway, what was I saying? I understand that in recent years, and probably partly because of me, there's been sort of a theme of regular people telling their story. It's like everybody has a story, okay? Everybody has images in their minds that they remember as important, but not everybody is a painter. Just because you have a story doesn't mean that you should publish it when it's written by you. Writing is a craft, trial and error, rejections, criticism. It's not about your fucking ego. Hang on. Hold on a second, you guys. Yes, like I never went to college literally at all. I haven't read a book in 35 years other than, something I was forced to read for some reason. But I'm a novelist suddenly because I have enough money to go pay one of these companies to publish my pile of shit. Hold on. Do I think that self publishing is a good thing or a bad thing? I don't think you're going to like my answer. Okay, let me put it this way. I think that social media is really good for humanity in the long term, as long as we get our shit together. Do I think that self publishing is good for humanity in the long term? No, I guess not. No, really, if I have to be totally honest, no, I don't. I don't think so. I think that it caters to the top like 5 to 10% economically. And I think it caters to people who have delusions of grandeur where they think that, they could just wake up on a Monday morning when they're 63 years old and suddenly they're a novelist. I'm not speaking about any specific company. Self publishing is a racket. And it is ultimately possibly like destroying any sense of authentic, nuanced culture that we ever had. I think self publishing is ultimately bad for Western culture and the world in general. And I'm sure that authors from deep within the canon would agree with me. I can't speak for everybody, but so that's it. I don't know, you guys. I'm sorry.